Rideshare buddy out on the road, helping each other lighten the load. Tips and tricks, yeah, the knowledge flows in this grind where the journey glows.
Hi and welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, this is Rideshare Buddy UK, and today we're doing a quick look at prices of EV charging, the monthly roundup for October. Lots of news for this month. I'm not going to struggle for what to say. As you can see, I'm at a brand new EV charger. This is a brand. It's part of BE.EV. It's the only one in the area, and it's at the AXA car wash in Cumbrad. And why am I here? It's because BE.EV has knocked Tesla off the top spot, being the cheapest for charging up during the day. Tesla prices have gone up again. We'll look at it in more detail when I get back home. But off peak, that's from 7 PM to 7 AM with BE.EV, it's 39 pence a kilowatt hour. These are 150 chargers. I'm getting nothing like 150. I'm currently hitting about 48 kilowatts charging speed, but it is 13 degrees. However, I will still get a lot more down at the Ionity at Vega. BP, relegated, no longer in the top three. Their prices are up to 59 pence for Uber special rates. Not good at all. But you can buy a subscription with BE.EV. Normal price during the day is 69 pence a kilowatt hour. Pay $9.95 a month and get their mega subscription, and that rate comes down to 39 pence per kilowatt hour throughout the day and throughout the night. Now Tesla in Wales, peak time now, daytime rates now are 40 pence a kilowatt hour with subscription at the Celtic Manor, Carmarthen and various other places. 39 pence. This beats it. But I'm not sure I'm going to use it too often because of the charging speeds. If you don't get much above 48 kilowatt hour or kilowatts, whatever I save, I'm going to lose in sitting around waiting. But I'll give you a much better update when I get back home. But BE.EV is now the cheapest daytime rates you're going to find. At the moment, they've got 800, 900 chargers, mostly up in the northwest, around Manchester, Liverpool. This is the closest to Newport. It's the AXA car wash at Cumbrad. So it's about the same sort of distance to go down to Mega for the Ionity. Of course, I've lost BP now. BP at 59p is just way too expensive to use. So it's either, if I can't get into Tesla, at the Celtic Manor, which is almost always now, it's down to Ionity at Mega or coming here to Cumbrad. I would like to end my subscription with Tesla because I can't get in it too often now at Newport, but I still need Tesla. Now that I've lost BP, I need Tesla for, well, Carmarthen, definitely, when I do those West Wales pickups down to Bristol Airport. But if I do any more Heathrows, don't do a lot of Heathrow now, but if I do Heathrow, I need the Tesla chargers at Heathrow to charge up to come back. There's nowhere near for Ionity. BP is too expensive, so it's really Tesla down at Heathrow that I need. So if it wasn't for Carmarthen and my Bristol to West Wales trips, and I did need to stop at Carmarthen to do a charge, I'd probably drop Tesla, because I'm not using enough Tesla at Newport to justify the expense. But let's get indoors, let's get charged up, get home, get indoors, and we'll do a full roundup of prices. There's some big movements this month. Okay, yes, so 48 kilowatts it's coming in at, and we've been on charge for 40 minutes, and it's not moved from that. So this makes me think it's capped at 50 kilowatt, the cabinet or the charger. It's got 150 kilowatt ultra fast charger signs on, but this has been stuck at 48 all the way through. Let's have a quick look at the app and we'll have a look. So there, as you can see, 41 minutes, I came in at 9%, I'm now at 57, let's have a quick look at that. I came in at 9%, now at 57%, another 14 minutes to go up to 80%, so it is very slow for a 150 kilowatt charger. You know, it may be cheap, but at least with Tesla, I'm getting 98 kilowatts, and with Ionity at 13 degrees C at this sort of time of year, I'm normally hitting about 120, 130 kilowatts charging. 48 kilowatts, very slow charging on a 150 kilowatt charger. I mean, I could make it pay. Normally I charge up at 20% to 80%. On a 48 kilowatts, I'll take maybe 30 minutes, 35 minutes, or possibly 40 minutes. So I could go get lunch and do lunchtime here and just spend my lunch out, well, lunch 40 minutes here and charge. But 48, not great, but pricing at 39p kilowatt hour is excellent. But the amount of money I save isn't paying me for my time to sit around here. So I'd probably stick with Ionity as being my main source of charging now that BP's gone. Bit of a pain losing BP, but that's the way it goes. Driving all the way out to Cumbrand to charge up at this sort of rate, it's not really worth it, even at the cost of just 39p. But let's get indoors and let's do the roundup for the month of October on EV charging prices. So there we go, we've finished from 9% up to 80%, took from 9 minutes past 7 to 9 minutes past 8, a full hour to pay or to charge up that. But I came in at £17.10, so that's about £4 cheaper than Ionity. But of course with Ionity, it would have been charged up in 30 minutes and I'd be on my way, as opposed to an hour here. But yeah, if you could hit 120 kilowatt charging, I'd be very interested in coming back here. But at 48, I can't see it happening. There you go, £17.10. That's about £4 cheaper than Ionity at Mega. Okay, so we're back in the office. Let's have a quick look at these prices then. The leaderboard, as you can see on the leaderboard, BE.EV is at the top, 39 pence per kilowatt hour. We'll explain a little bit more about that now. So on an average taxi working week, if you do 800 miles, which is about right, as we head into winter months, you're going to do about 4 miles to the kilowatt hour. Yeah. So that gives you a weekly fuel bill of £78 from BE.EV, 39 pence. Now 39 pence is their off-peak rate. It operates from 7 p.m. through till 7 a.m, so a good 12 hours off-peak rate at 39p. As I say, most of these are currently up in the northwest of England, around Manchester, Liverpool sort of area. There are a few others scattered around the rest of the country, 800 chargers, but BE.EV has plans in development to install an extra 1,000. Now it looks like BE.EV has some sort of deal with IMO car washes. If that's the case, then that's perfect for me, because we have 2 IMO car washes in Newport, one on the Chepstow Road to the east of the city, and the other on the Cardiff Road to the west of the city. They can install a couple of 150 kilowatt chargers in both locations. It would be a game changer for me, because I won't then need a Tesla and I won't need to run all the way out to Mega to get decent low cost charging. So I'm looking forward to that. BE.EV, 39 pence. If you want that 39 pence for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, buy their mega subscription, and that comes in at £9.95 a month. That's on a par with the Tesla. We'll look at Tesla now. Tesla prices have gone up again this month by another penny. They're now 40p. Check your local ones. Tesla has different prices locally. Daytime is locally here in Newport is 40 pence a kilowatt hour. Off peak, they're still the biggest and best at 26 pence a kilowatt hour. But that only runs from 11 p.m. through till 6 a.m. So you really need to be a night driver to take advantage of that. For the days, it's 40 pence a kilowatt hour. Your average 800 mile week would cost you £80. That's with the £9.95 a month Tesla subscription to get the lowest prices. Ionity I've marked up here as a price reduction, and the reason for that is they've just introduced an annual membership. I've taken out the annual membership for the power user. That comes in at £86 per year. Special offer rate, introduction rate, so grab that if you can. If you're already paying monthly, they will deduct whatever remains of the month when they invoice you. So I actually paid about £78 for 12 months membership. That's a special rate, £86. Normally it will be £104. That is basically pay £10 or so, pay for 10 months and get 2 months free. So great deal, reduction in your subscription fees there. Love a thing that's really good about this is coming in at 43p kilowatt hour, is that price then gets locked in for 12 months. So you will never pay more than 43 pence a kilowatt hour for the next 12 months. And with the way prices are going up, that's going to be a good deal. I'm safe now, don't need to worry about any price rises. I can budget for the future. An 800 mile working week would give that pricing up at £86 per week fuel cost. So that's an okay one. Here we are at BP, big price increase. The BP Uber special rate has gone up from 49 pence a kilowatt hour to 59 pence a kilowatt hour. That's adding £20 a week onto your average weekly fuel bill. And at an 800 mile working week, it's £118. So BP Pulse, Uber special rates, has dropped out of my top 3, and I no longer use BP Pulse. I use BE.EV at Cumbrad, Tesla, my preference because it's just up the road. Second best, if I can get there, Ionity, down at Mega, and then if I fill up there, it's still within the Uber region, and I can operate an Uber from Monmouthshire instead of working Newport. With the BE.EV now at Cumbrad, I can go over and work Cumbrad instead of working Newport if there's no chargers up at Tesla available. So, yeah, you got some good deals there. BE.EV, big new one, straight to the top of the leaderboard, straight to the best value, followed by Tesla, followed by Ionity. BP Pulse drops out. And let's put in some sort of context from the BP Pulse. It means you can actually charge up cheaper at Ionity, so cheaper at InstaVault than at BP Pulse using your Uber card. And this is how it works out. InstaVault is normally 79 pence, I believe, something like that, kilowatt hour during the day. Their off-peak rate was from 8 p.m. through till 7 a.m. So you've got about 11 hours to charge up. Well, that's at 60 pence a kilowatt hour. You charge up through the InstaVault app and collect your rewards. Now, for every kilowatt you put into the car, every kilowatt hour you put into the car, you get 1 volt. After 500 volts, you get a £5 free charge. That basically works out at 1.6 pence per kilowatt hour. So that's 60 pence a kilowatt hour off peak minus 1.6 rewards benefit. You're coming in at 58.6, 58.4. Cheaper than the 59 pence People's Uber special rate. So that's a quick roundup of what's going on the charging scene. Everywhere now, you don't even stay way above any usable price or prices have increased. Don't even worry about them. BE.EV, top notch. Tesla, top notch. Ionity, great value. BE.EV Pulse is out the door. So let's have a quick look at some news regarding batteries. Ionity have their 1000 megawatt charger now on test. It's on test in Munich ahead of a rollout later next year. So that's looking really good for some fast chargers being installed at Ionity locations as they open up new ones. Still waiting for that one at Abergavenny to open. That would be a good one for me for when I head up to Brecon Way, if you can use Ionity at Abergavenny. Battery news, once again, BYD is leading the pack. They've just opened at the end of last month the UK's first battery repair facility. So if you have a BYD, you have an issue with the battery, and rather than replace the entire battery, BYD can now disassemble it, replace the faulty cell, reassemble, and send the car on its way. And that has been good news. There's no need, really, to change an entire battery now. BYD ahead of the game. First purpose-built battery repair centre has been opened. So that's good news. Have you always been worried when you charge up the car when it's snowing and cold outside and you have to get out and you're blasted with wind? It's not a pleasant experience, but now it's all going indoors. Aberdeen has just given permission for Fastnet to convert a warehouse into an indoor charging hub. It's going to be 12 ultra-rapid chargers going up to 400 kilowatts, drive-through bays, so if you've got a caravan or trailer, you can just drive through, all within a warehouse. The warehouse will have a shop, catering, seating area, toilets, all indoors. Gotta be good. Aberdeen needs it. Not the best of weather. We don't have great weather down here in Wales. It's always raining. We could do with a few indoor charging hubs here as well. But that's first for the UK, an indoor charging centre at Aberdeen being run by Fastnet. So back to the BYD. Really good year they've had this year. They've surged ahead in sales. 880% higher sales this September than last September. It sold 11,271 cars in September, 880% rise compared to last year. BYD is really doing well. One of the biggest sellers is the CLU, which sadly is a plug-in hybrid, but they're electric cars. You can't beat them. BYD electric cars, they've got their own battery facility. They were originally a battery maker, and then they moved into buses, commercial vehicles, and finally into cars. The UK is their second biggest market behind China, so it's a really important market for BYD. This is why they're bringing out the cars here. This is probably why they've opted to bring out the 1 megawatt chargers, which will be installed later this year around the country and really being rolled out next year. So BYD really making themselves at home in the UK, and UK buyers of EVs are loving the BYDs. So the problem of wait time in charging is really being dealt with by a number of manufacturers. The latest one, battery manufacturers Rimac Technology, they've launched their new solid-state battery in Munich this month. And it can go from 10% to 80%, which is sort of the standard that is used, in 6.5 minutes. That's a 100 kilowatt hour solid-state pack, charged from 10% to 80% in 6.5 minutes. That beats many petrol station fill-ups. By the time you get that car, filled up with petrol, walk to the kiosk, stood in the queue, 6.5 minutes gone, the EV is on its way, while you're still walking back to your petrol car. So that is a big one. Problem is, the chargers we have at the moment, 350 kilowatt chargers, 400 kilowatt chargers, really peaky, doesn't deliver the energy fast enough. And that's why we're still pulling out these 7 kilowatt chargers, public chargers. I really don't know why Britain is going backwards while the rest of the country's world is going forwards. I don't know. But we need to get rid of those 7 kilowatt chargers. The government's got to stop spending money on those chargers and start investing in ultra and flash chargers. That's the way forward. That's what's happening in China. It's what's happening across the world. We seem to be quite content. Maybe it's our queuing attitude. We all queue up. Maybe we're quite happy to sit in a car park for an hour and a half to get 10 miles put on the clock. I don't know, but we need to stop doing it, and we need to get into the front and into the lead and start bringing out flash chargers and investing public money into flash chargers. We have 3 companies who used to run ultra chargers, fast chargers, rapid chargers, who have now pulled out of the market in the UK because they don't see long-term sustainable profit. So let's have a look at the companies who have pulled out. The biggest one is PodPoint. Now, you remember a few months ago, PodPoint basically went bust. It was bought out by EDF, the electricity company, and I said I really hoped that they'll invest in more of ultra chargers, fast chargers, and take on E.ON. E.ON and EDF, big manufacturers of electricity, they could really push prices down. Sadly, EDF has pulled out of the public charging, fast charging market. They're only going to now concentrate on home chargers. So those Tesco's PodPoints will soon be disappearing and being replaced. PodPoint is only going to do home chargers in the future. That's the market they've decided to go for, and they're pulling out for the public charging market. That's number one company has gone. Oh, and also don't forget BP has pulled out from the workplace charging market as well, although it's not really regarding fast public charging. So the other company was Compleo, has pulled out, based in Germany. Parent company is Costal. They've pulled out of providing slow, rapid and workplace charging solutions for fleet operators in the UK. They also did some of the smaller public chargers. Probably the 2 most important ones was Network Rail, provided fleet charging for Network Rail, but the big public charging was Arnold Clark. They provided the Arnold Clark home brand setup. Compleo said they'll be shutting down UK operations and everything will be dealt with by their German parents, Costal in Germany. So, Arnold Clark, the provider, and other slow or smaller providers, their main supplier has shut down UK operations. Another one is Plug Me In, PMI. They also closed down operations recently in the UK market. All blame tough trading conditions and an unsustainable future. So we are seeing a sort of clear out of the more or less competitive marketplace operators, and that does show that we are getting some competition coming in. BE.EV straight to the top there, 39p. I think we've got to settle down at below 50 pence a kilowatt hour for ultra chargers eventually. That's subscription free, with some smaller discounts available for those taking out subscriptions, bringing pricing down to about 45 pence. And I think that's where it belongs for ultra chargers. Flash chargers, 1,000 megawatt chargers when they come in, may go a little bit higher, but I think anybody that's trying to sell EV charging at above 50 pence is going to be fighting a losing battle. So, yeah, we haven't been on clear out. Pricing is heating up. Battery technology is moving on. So I hope you enjoyed this little roundup of what's going on in the EV charging market. Big new plus, BE.EV in at 39 pence. They've got plans for 1,000 more chargers being installed across the country. At the moment, they tend to be more congregated around Manchester, where taxi drivers in Manchester have a really good deal, a discount at BE.EV charge points. So hopefully, it would be nice if someone like Newport Council signed up with BE.EV and offered taxi-only charging at BEV rates. That would be perfect. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Till next time, that's October EV charging update.